In a kind of historical way, it's exciting because we will see the actual last president of the United States.
Donald Trump. I'm going to build a wall.
I told them to build me that wall. I want a sensational wall. A fabulous wall.
Watch him. There's a pretense. There's something created about him in a sense of bulliedom.
Holy smokes! Johnny Depp just called Melania Trump a trophy wife who deserved an Oscar for Best Supporting Role. Ouch! But wait, there's more. Morgan Freeman chimed in with a zinger that'll make your jaw drop. He said Melania's job is scarier than any pirate adventure Johnny could dream up. Stick around to hear how these Hollywood heavyweights just turned the White House into a comedy club.
I think he needs help. I don't know.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Alright folks, let's talk about Melania Trump's fashion choices. You know, the ones that Johnny Depp thinks deserve their own reality show. Can you imagine? Keeping Up with the Kremlin, or The Real Housewives of the White House. But seriously, our girl Melania has come a long way from her runway days to strutting down the White House hallways. Picture this, a former model turned first lady of chaos. Talk about a career change that'd make your head spin. It's like she went from posing for the camera to posing as a supportive wife. But here's the kicker, her outfits might be trying to tell us something. It's like she's playing fashion charades, and we're all terrible at guessing. Remember that time she wore that jacket with "I really don't care" plastered on the back? Subtle as a sledgehammer, Melania. Was she talking about the kids in cages, her husband's tweets, or just the White House decor? The world may never know, but it sure got people talking. Now, Johnny Depp, our resident fashion critic, says Melania's power suits are screaming louder than Trump at a rally. According to him, every time she steps out in one of those sharp numbers, it's like she's saying, "I'm pretending not to notice my husband acting like a toddler." Ouch, that's gotta sting more than one of Trump's spray tans gone wrong.
But what he is, I believe, is a brat.
But wait, there's more to these outfits than meets the eye. It's like Melania's closet is a secret arsenal of passive-aggressive weaponry. Each designer label is a battle cry, each stiletto a silent protest. Who knew fashion could be so political? Depp, in his infinite wisdom, thinks Melania deserves an Oscar for Best Supporting Role in a political circus. And honestly, he might be onto something. I mean, have you seen the balancing act she's pulling off? It's like watching a tightrope walker in Louboutins, trying not to fall into the lion's den below. And by lion, I mean the orange-maned, tweet-happy kind. So folks, we've been talking about Melania's fashion choices, but let's switch gears and talk about her actual job. You know, the one where she has to stand next to a guy who thinks he's God's gift to Twitter. Morgan Freeman, the man with the voice of God himself, has some thoughts on this. And boy, are they spicy. Freeman says Melania's job is scarier than any pirate adventure. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd rather face off against Captain Jack Sparrow than wake up next to the human equivalent of a Twitter storm every day. Can you imagine Melania's morning routine? It probably includes a helmet, knee pads, and a gallon of coffee just to brace herself for the day ahead.
I have a wonderful wife who has to listen to this stuff all the time. They do that for this reason. They do that, all these salacious names.
According to Freeman, Melania's job description is basically stand next to a man who talks louder than God and try to look dignified. Yikes, that's like trying to look cool while your drunk uncle is doing the Macarena at a wedding. Only in this case, the drunk uncle is the President of the United States, and the wedding is, well, the entire world stage. But here's the kicker.
In a kind of historical way, it's exciting because we will see the actual last president of the United States.
He was difficult. Because how do you approach that, you know? How do you approach that?
Freeman thinks Melania is actually a superhero. That's right, folks. Move over, Wonder Woman. We've got a new hero in town, and she's saving the world from Trump's tweets one eye roll at a time.
Donald Trump. I'm going to build a wall.
I don't remember what the question was, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to answer it anyway.
Very good.
It's amazing.
I mean, have you seen those eye rolls? They're so powerful they could probably deflect bullets, or at least deflect some of Trump's more outrageous statements. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, isn't being First Lady supposed to be about charity work and smiling for photos? Well, normally, yes, but when your husband is Donald Trump, all bets are off. It's like signing up to be a librarian and ending up as a lion tamer. Sure, both jobs involve dealing with loud, unpredictable beings, but one is significantly more likely to get you mauled. But here's the thing, Freeman notes that despite all this chaos, Melania has somehow still managed to stay classy. It's like she's walking a tightrope in stilettos, trying not to fall into the circus below. And by circus, I mean the daily spectacle that is the Trump administration. So what's the real story behind Melania's icy exterior? Is she really a superhero in disguise, or just a very, very patient woman? Maybe it's a bit of both. After all, dealing with Trump's ego on a daily basis probably requires superhuman strength and patience, and possibly a really good pair of noise-canceling headphones. Well, folks, it looks like Hollywood's A-listers are dishing out more burns than a White House kitchen on taco night.
I told them to build me that wall. I want a sensational wall. I want a fabulous wall.
Everything is mine. Even if I don't own it yet, I'll have it.
Johnny Depp and Morgan Freeman's zingers about the Trumps aren't just for laughs. They're like a spicy political guacamole, mixing humor with a dash of what the heck is going on in Washington.
I did my bit as Donald Trump. You don't want to be Donald Trump.
Do you feel like you get wiser as you get older, or does it cap out at a certain age?
These celeb roasts aren't just about getting giggles. They're like a pressure valve for all of us regular Joes trying to make sense of the circus in DC. It's like Freeman and Depp are saying, hey, if we can laugh at this mess, maybe we can get through it. And let's be real, sometimes a good chuckle is the best medicine when politics gives you a headache.
Trolling the Republican Party. State it. And what's this guy's name?
Watch him. There's a pretense. There's something created about him in a sense of bulliedom.
But here's the kicker. While everyone's busy laughing at Trump's latest tweet storm, Melania might just be the secret MVP of this whole show. She's navigating the political rapids with the grace of a swan and the poker face of a Vegas pro. Maybe she should write a self-help book. How to keep your cool when your husband's running the country into the ground. Now that's a bestseller waiting to happen.